The United States collapsed in the 2020s and 50 new countries were added to the world. The states of Nebraska and Iowa are very well known for their farming, which was well cherished when the United States was formed, but when the US collapsed, the two had been doing really well compared to the other states. Nebraska, however, got in a war with Kansas, and they lost southern Nebraska and even their capital, Lincoln. Iowa, on the other hand, had been staying out of wars and been trucking its economy. It was the number one nation in the former US states with the best economy. Nebraska was ruined due to the Kansas-Nebraskan War and desperately sought assistance with Iowa. So they asked the Iowan government to purchase Iowan farms and resources on the border. Iowa was well considering this, but got the local populations to rise up, and many farmers went on strike, demanding the government to say no to this. So ultimately, Iowa refused. So in this desperate situation, Nebraskan troops crossed the Missouri River into Iowa on March 23, 2039, to take the lands themselves. Farmers in Iowa began to arm themselves and began to protect their farms from the invading Nebraskan army. The Iowans responded and sent troops to capture the new Nebraska capital of Omaha, but the Nebraskans had already occupied Council Bluffs, a city in Iowa close to Nebraska. Nebraskans then attacked Sioux City, but the Iowans kicked them back into Nebraska and stabilized the city. In late April 2039, the Iowans had retaken Council Bluffs and were on their way to Omaha. Ultimately, the Nebraskans had stabilized the city, so there was no break in Omaha. So, desiring to end this war, on May 13, 2039, a ceasefire was signed. Iowa would pay for Nebraska's farms for 4 years to help get the Nebraskans back on their feet. The war put an end to Iowa's economic growth, as they now had to pay war debt and aid for Nebraska farmers, and this ultimately would see the decrease of the Iowan economy, and Idaho would take the number one spot for the best economy in the former USA.